I have something I'm excited to share with you today, except today, no flying, no tree rescues, no emergency landings in a cornfield. Today, I'm talking about something that saved me from years of storage headaches. This little box right here is the UGREEN NAS DXP4800 Plus. And now before you click away, thinking, Keith, I'm not a tech guy, I'm just a weekend photographer, and I just fly drones, take videos, and that's it. And that's exactly the point. I'm not some networking geek either. In fact, I watched a UGREEN DXP4800 Plus video the other day from another creator. He was going through all the technical details, and I'm sure he was very knowledgeable, and all the stuff that he said was probably true. But to be honest, all I heard was, and this video ain't that. So today, I want to talk about why I switched to this NAS, how it works, why it's better than my mountain of old backup drives, and why I don't trust fluffy things. Here's the problem. Our drones, cameras, even phones are getting really good at making massive files, and I mean massive. And that means your storage fills up faster than a stadium beer line at halftime. And if you've been paying cloud storage fees, well, don't even get me started because you know they're not cheap. And that's before you consider the privacy issues of having all your data in some foreign server somewhere. Before I get into it, I have to thank UGREEN for sponsoring this video. I was looking to add a NAS to my workflow for a long time and I didn't even know where to start, so it was perfect timing when they reached out. To be clear, what I've put together here is what I've learned about the NAS that I wanted to share from me to you. You can be certain that if the brand wants me to say things I don't believe, or not say things that I think are important, I simply won't do the video. And if you're seeing this now, then you can assume that UGREEN let me be me. So first things first, what in the world is a NAS? What am I talking about? So NAS stands for Network Attached Storage. In English, think of it like your personal Google Drive or Dropbox, but it lives at your house. It connects to your home network and you can get to it from anywhere in the world. You can store all of your drone footage, raw photos, edited projects, music, documents, whatever you want. It works kind of like a cloud, except it's your cloud, and it's sitting right here. It's not sending your files to God knows where in some massive data center somewhere. And here's the kicker, you don't have to pay for it every month. You buy it once, put in your hard drives you want, and that's it. Now for me as a drone pilot and photographer, this is huge. I can be out flying in the middle of nowhere, snap a bunch of pics, shoot some 4K or 8K videos. When I get home, I drop it all to my NAS, it's safe, it's mine, and I can still get to it when I'm traveling. Before this NAS, my backup system was, let's say, not exactly elegant, and these hard drives are really, truly my backup that I used. And I've got backups of my backups in case something goes wrong. And this is only a few of the ones that I have that I use all the time. And one of the problems I had was trying to remember what's on each one of these drives. Now, I've done a really good job trying to keep dates and things like that in track, but if I wanted a file, it was like playing USB roulette, plugging in drive after drive until I finally found the one that I needed. Plus, drives can fail, and they do. I had cables go bad. One time I had a drive that just wouldn't spin out. I plugged it in and it was dead. And if that drive happened to have that one copy of something that I needed, crap. And the NAS solved all this for me. So now I've got all my stuff in one place, accessible anytime, anywhere, and I'm backed up so I'm not sweating bullets wondering if this is the day my drive decides to take early retirement. And I want to put some scale on this as well because it looks like kind of just a box, right? Like a hard drive like you'd see. But let me put it in perspective. This can hold up to 136 terabytes of storage. And I know that's just a number, right? But that is 47 million photos, 142 million documents, or about 92,000 movies. Now, if you've actually got 92,000 movies, we need to have a serious chat about your free time. For us drone guides and photographers, that's many years worth of projects. I can keep my entire drone flight history, every clip, every panorama, every raw image, and I don't have to delete anything to try to make room for new stuff. We've all done this, right? Oh, we really need this or that, only to find out later, yep, I really did need it, now it's gone. To that end, the other day I was talking to my friend Peter McKinnon. Well, maybe more of an acquaintance than a friend. Okay, he likely has no idea who I am. Regardless, his point was that as creators we should never delete old pictures of video as they're a history of what was, and some of the pictures we thought were terrible actually tell the best story when not framed perfectly or even a bit blurry because life isn't perfect and your pictures and video should reflect that. And I'll leave a link to his video down here because he does make a great argument for not deleting anything, but he did convince me that a decent NAS really does make sense. And this works with a bunch of different hard drives too, HDDs, SSDs, you name it, and UGREEN updates their compatibility list often so you know exactly what works best. And as I mentioned before about trying to find a file on all these different drives, you've got thousands of pictures, that still can be tough even on a NAS to find that picture. I've got thousands of drone shots. Some of them are labeled, most of them aren't, which means finding that one epic waterfall or river shot I took in 2019 could take hours. The NAS Sync has something called AI Album Assist, and no, it's not going to take over the world. Well, maybe. And it'll save you hours of time. It can recognize faces, places, even pets. So if I want all my drone shots from Iceland, it can find them. If I want to search for rivers, it will sort them all in a way that I can find them all listed in one place. It'll even look at similar shots and help me pick the best one. So if I take 15 drone shots in a row, hoping that one doesn't have a bird photobombing me somewhere, it'll show me the cleanest shot instantly. And if you've ever tried uploading big files on the cloud, you'll know it can feel like waiting for paint to dry in slow motion. The NAS can move files at 1250 megabytes per second. That's about a terabyte in 20 minutes. I once tried uploading a terabyte of drone footage to a cloud service, and I had enough time to make dinner, watch a couple movies, and mow the lawn before it was done. With this, I could have had it uploaded, backed up, and still had time to fly before sunset. Now, this is something that really sold this for me as well. If you work with other people, or you want to share your photos with somebody, your kids, or even grandma, I can be out flying, dump my footage onto the NAS from the field, and grandma, who's miles away, can start looking at these instantly. No more email attachments, no more mailing thumb drives, no more waiting days for uploads to finish. And if you just want to share a link to your photos that somebody can download later, for instance, this will actually create a link, and then you can send a link out to grandma and she can pick it up whenever she wants. And if you still use a cloud drive, and I even use one for certain things, you can use this as a backup so you can store all your information to the NAS, and then you can have this automatically sync to a drive like Google Drive, no problem. Because it syncs with it, this means you can use the cloud for certain projects, but also keep your master archive safe at home. And I was happy when I started working with it. It supports just about every file that I deal with. Raw photos, every video format you can think of, even some older ones. No converting and no compatibility issues. And I want to elaborate on something that I mentioned about grandma being able to get your files, and something that is ingenious and incredibly useful is that you can get your files anywhere. Now, whether I'm at home, traveling on a shoot, or just sitting in a coffee shop pretending to be hard at work, I can pull up anything I've stored from the NAS from my phone, my tablet, my laptop for free, and it's fast. So I was recently out flying and I didn't have internet anywhere nearby, but I had my cell phone and I tethered my cell phone to my PC and I could still reach my NAS back in the studio. So here's my final verdict. The UGREEN NAS DXP4800 Plus takes everything I used to hate about managing huge files and fixes it. No more piles of drive labeled don't delete or backup of backup only copy. No more paying a monthly fee just to access my own work. If you're a drone pilot, a photographer, a videographer, or just someone who values your digital life, this is a pretty cool solution for storage and backup that is worth a look, honestly. And I think they have some kind of a deal going on, and I don't know how long it's good for though, so if you're interested in this at all, you might want to take a look and pull the trigger fast on that, because it might save you a few bucks as well. So that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, as always, or if you learned something new you didn't know before, please take a second and click that like button. I really appreciate it. Till next time and next video, good flying.